Congratulations on this award. What a great honor and much well deserved. Thanks for your guidance, your leadership, and most importantly, your friendship over the years. Go Racers.
My name is Will Snodgrass. I met Velvet in the fall of 1993, so we have a lot of history together. She's been a colleague of mine, she's been a boss of mine, although she'd never let me call her her boss. But most importantly, she's a friend of mine. She came in here, she was young, she was keen, she was competitive. She remained competitive through the entirety of her career, and it drove her to have the success that she had as a coach. The first team, I remember the first team, she had the Miss MSU person on the team, she had a cheerleader on the team. It was just such a misfit of golfers, and yet that's where it started, and she started to take those girls and make them better and better, and it's where it all began. Seeing her operate on the golf course was pretty awesome. You know, we had a lot of local students, golfers, we had international students, and she knew how to handle each personality differently, but in the right way. And to see how she molded her golfers, how she cared for them on the golf course and off the golf course was just fantastic. She was just such a great leader for every player that came in here. And as a result, the players trusted her and they believed her and they were quick to jump on board with what it means to be a racer golfer. The success she had is unparalleled. I mean, 12 conference championships in 8 years, whatever the final number was. And one of my favorite things, one of my favorite goals that she had for all of her student athletes was to graduate with 2 rings, a conference ring and a graduation ring. And pretty sure that they all did that. That is absolutely exceptional. I mean, to compete at the level that she competed at, but to have the longevity to go along with that was incredible. From the first day to the last, she's so competitive. And that bled through into the team. And they bought into what she was putting out there. And every golfer that came here under her tutelage got better. Whenever we won, whenever she won, whenever the team won, it was never about her success. Never. It was about the team, it was about the group, it was the work that they'd put in, it was never the work she'd put in. I could be very truthful in saying I believe she could have coached anywhere in America, but her passion for Murray State was too deep. Her ties to Murray were too deep. I'm now fortunate to be in a position where I'm coaching at the University of West Georgia, and the biggest compliment I could have would be for someone to say, your style resembles that of Velvet Milkman. Because everything she did was the right way, every time. So Velvet, first and foremost, our friendship means more than anything, obviously. But thank you for showing me and leading me to the path that I'm on now. And I hope that I can do you proud in the way that you've done all the people around you proud for so many years.
Hey Velvet, this just makes official what we already knew. We already knew we were playing for a legend. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor. I think Queen of Murray State Golf is fitting. All right, love you.
I don't think you would meet somebody that didn't say Velvet Milkman's probably one of the more competitive people they met. I like to compete. I like to win, but I know that that's not the end-all be-all, but competition to me is very fun. It's a time to have fun and you know, test your talents and see what happens. Oh, it was a tremendous opportunity for me to continue my education at the University of Alabama. It was a wonderful experience. I made memories of a lifetime, met some wonderful friends and developed my game. Continued to get better and learned skills that helped me in my career. I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, worked at a sports facility for a while, and then I was back in the golf business. I worked as an assistant professional at Temple Hills Country Club. I was there for a couple years and realized this is not exactly what I want to do. Moved back to Murray to get my master's degree in business administration from Murray State. Ended up staying here, met my husband, married, and then the opportunity to start the golf program at Murray State became available. And really, Martin, my husband, was the one that encouraged me to do that. Well, it was an opportunity of a lifetime. Anytime you get to start something, not many people get to say that they started something from the ground and build it. It had its challenges, but I think, well, I know that was what was really intriguing to me, that I get to start something and put my stamp on it and move it forward. Again, it was challenging, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I had 9 walk-ons, not a single scholarship. I had 9 walk-ons the first year, and I wouldn't change it any other way. Those young women set the foundation for a program because of their work ethic, their character. We didn't win. We didn't win the first 3 years. We did not win the OVC championship, but we got better. And we did it the right way by building with athletes with character and integrity and want to work hard. You know, coaching is not the most important part. It is important. You know, we're trying to develop young athletes to be the best golfer they can be. But to me, the most important part was to develop them and help guide them through that 4 years of college, which is a very important part to be ready for their career. And that, to me, was very satisfying. You know, at Murray State, we've had 6 players go on to play professionally and do very well, and very proud of them. But a statistic I'm also very proud of, we've had over 25% of the alumni from my generation either coach, high school or collegiate level, or be in the PGA program or play professionally. And to me, that speaks volumes of 25% of our alumni are doing things in the golf industry and growing the game and giving back. And I think that is a very special thing to say about Murray State Racer women's golf team.
Hi Velvet, congratulations on making the Hall of Fame. You absolutely deserve it because you truly are the best coach in the business. No one can do it like you did it. Go Racers.
I know Velvet because I had the privilege of playing golf for her at Murray State University from 1996 to the year 2000. And so she was my coach first, and then a mentor, and then just a really great friend. Well, I would say golf-wise, Velvet was an integral part of every success that I've ever had in golf, I would think. I blossomed, my golf career really blossomed when I came here. When I got here, I think Velvet saw the talent and knew how to nurture it and make it better, and taught me how to practice, taught me what hard work could do. And I think a lot of it also was the mental side of the game. She was very patient with us, but she also helped us think our way around a golf course. And that was something I had never been taught before. And so Velvet really helped me in that aspect of my game. I would say it was non-existent before I came here. Your relationship with her changes from coach, player to mentor, but also friend. Like she would do anything for me, and she has. And the year 2020 was pretty rough for everybody, I think. But that May I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And Velvet's husband, Martin, has had cancer and gone through it several times. She was one of the first phone calls I made. He was on the phone with me every day, pretty much, texting, asking how I was doing and what she could do. She wanted to help me. But, I live in Henderson, which is 2 hours away. And I'm like, well, nothing much. There isn't. I'm just doing chemo. And she's like, well, let Martin and I come up and take you to your appointment. And so one Wednesday, I went on Wednesdays to get my chemo. She drove all the way from here to Henderson, 2 hours, to take me to Evansville into a doctor's appointment, which she couldn't go in. She had to wait around for 2 hours while I got my chemo treatment, and then took me to get lunch afterwards and dropped me at my house and made sure I was okay, and then left. And she came back the next week and did it again, her and Martin both. And they took me to pretty much every one of my chemo treatments and drove all the way from here. And sorry. That's the kind of person she is. If you know Velvet Milkman, in any role, but if you know her as a coach, you're one lucky human. Velvet, I know that you're very uncomfortable in this moment because you're the most humble person that I know on this earth, and you know, it's never about you, and you don't ever want it to be about you, but you know, tonight is about you. It's in honor of you and what you've done for all of your players, and I'll never be able to thank you enough for what you've done for me in my life, and your friendship means the world to me. I love you.
Congratulations, Velvet, and thank you for everything you've done for women's golf.
Congratulations, Velvet. We love you.
Congrats.